Quiet Place Day 1, bound for franchise record opening day. Pixar's emotion for close score at number 1. There was a possibility that Quiet Place might actually take number 1 at the box office. Yes, Pixar may still reign for a third week. Likely, it obviously won't have a fourth week because Despicable Me 4 is going to be number 1 next week, but Quiet Place might actually defeat Pixar because of how the movie is quote-unquote overperforming. Yeah, another movie that's so quote-unquote overperforming these so-called projections, and, of course, this time it's off like a couple million. It's not like Inside Out where they're off like 40 million, or Godzilla they're off like 30 million, or something like that, or Kung Fu Panda is, they're off of like 20 million, okay, or 10 to 20 million, but Inside Out 2 clocked 17.1 million yesterday, and Quiet Place out day 1 clocked 22.5 million. But it's it's another one of those. Oh, it's gonna make 40 million. Oh, it actually opens way more than 40 million. Okay, this is gonna be a very successful movie. Obviously, like the first 2 Quiet Place movies, as well. It's gonna add way more to the war of the series. Obviously, this movie is gonna do very well at the box office. So. Yeah. Yeah, so this movie has done pretty well. Horizons, no one's watching that movie, but it's going to open to over $1 million. The entire 4 movies cost $100 million to make. They're making 4 of these Horizon movies, and no one's watching the first one, so yeah. It's also 3 hours, too. So 3 hours for 4... like... No one's gonna watch 3 hours of just a boring, it's not even a complete movie, too. Okay. Yeah, but this is the diversity demos for this Horizon movie. Yeah. We're gonna see what the demographics for A Quiet Place will. It'll be pretty interesting. See a difference. Yeah. That's the demographics for A Quiet Place Day 1. Yeah. But it's pretty funny that, movies continue to outperform so-called expectations they keep pointing out. Also, I think Horizon is a non-franchise movie. They're trying to make that into this massive franchise. It's not... It just doesn't work in this nowadays and age where people don't watch movies that are not part of a franchise. It's just how it is. People are going to watch because guess what? All these franchises, Inside Out, Bad Boys, and now A Quiet Place, you know why they're doing so well? It's not because they're good, it's not because they're these amazing movies, it's because these movies already have an established fan base, that's why. Okay, Quiet Place, there were 2 movies before it. Inside Out is a sequel to a very popular movie, and Bad Boys a 4th entry in a very popular franchise. Okay, and yes, for the fans of those series, they may, of course, they're going to consider them good movies because they're going to turn up to see them anyways. Godzilla, same thing. Kung Fu Panda, same thing. Doom Part 2, same thing. These are sequels. All of the movies is continuing this trend where people only want to see sequels, prequels, and reboots. And then people complain there's too many sequels, prequels, and reboots. Well, guess what? That's what makes money. That's what people want to see. Okay? This summer is sowing. Why, every time people complain about this, I'm going to say, why didn't you go see Bike Riders? Okay? If you complain about this so much, why don't you go see If? That was an original movie. Or Fall Guy. Or Challengers. Why didn't you go see any of those movies? Why didn't those movies make $100 million? Why didn't they make open to $200 million? Okay, globally. Okay? And made new franchises. It's because people don't care about the non-franchise movies anymore. Because the general audience doesn't care. Okay? And I noticed that the movies that are not part of franchise, they're the ones that are underperforming, and also Mad Max Furiosa. That's the other movie that underperformed. If was supposed to open to 40 million. Fall Guy was supposed to open like 34 million. Okay? But both movies did way worse than they were expected. They did have very good ratings, but they did way worse than projected. Okay? Most of these franchise movies, they underprojected them, which is pretty interesting. They underprojected a lot of these franchise movies. Okay, which bodes well for Despicable Me 4 because just like A Quiet Place, and they're not even putting projections for that movie out. There's an $100 million plus. Okay, because they know that if they put, like, say, oh, $90 to $100 million, they're going to be fooled to go open $120, $140 million. Because they know they made that mistake with Inside Out 2, and they made that mistake with Godzilla, they made that mistake with Kung Fu Panda 4, they made that mistake with Quiet Place, which said, oh, 40 million plus. Okay? Or Bad Boys, they made a mistake of that movie and under projected the movie's box office. And this is why people don't take these so-called websites seriously, okay, anymore. Like Inside Out 2, they were all saying 85 million, 85 million, 85 million, 85 million. It's going to open to 85 million and 90 million, 90 million, 90 million. Some said 100 million, but none of them got it right because these so-called projections continue getting things wrong. And once talk about non-franchise movies, then they know, oh yeah, no one's going to watch it because it's not a part of a franchise. And sometimes they actually overproject them like a Fall Guy and If. They overprojected these non-franchise movies because they really thought that people wanted to see these movies. And they were going to do very well. But they didn't. And yeah, that's about this video here. Goodbye.